Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for calling this hearing for this review of these important bills, and I thank all the panelists for being here. Many of our colleagues are voting. They'll be coming back soon. While the system of securities laws in the United States is complex, the central tension underlying our securities law is simple. Investors want as much information as possible on the companies they're investing in as quickly and as accurately as possible. The companies that issue the securities, on the other hand, want to spend as little time as possible preparing the disclosures that investors crave. It is the job of public policy to strike the right balance between these competing desires. Most of the bills before us today would, in one way or another, alter the current balance between investor protection and lower cost for public companies. For example, the Accelerating Access to Capital Act would allow very small and thinly traded companies to sell securities using faster the self-registration process. This would no doubt reduce costs for these small companies, but it could also reduce key investor protections. Traditionally, self-registration has been limited to larger, well-known issuing companies that are widely followed by the markets. In 2007, the SEC decided to expand the number of companies who are eligible to use self-registration. In doing so, however, the SEC was careful to balance this against the need to maintain investor protection. The SEC was comfortable allowing certain very small companies to have a limited ability to use self-registration to offer securities to investors, but only on the condition that the company have at least one class of securities traded on the exchange. This was because the exchanges have their own standards that companies must meet in order to get their securities listed on the exchange, and these listing standards provided investors with sufficient assurance that the company is legitimate, has a reasonable wide investor base, and will have enough trading interest to assure a reasonable amount of liquidity in the stock. But this bill would do away with these protections and would allow very small companies that trade in over-the-counter markets and not on a registered exchange to sell securities using self-registration. Allowing a small company whose stock is very thinly traded to quickly sell a large amount of securities under a self-registration raises serious concerns about potential market manipulation. And I'd like to hear more from our witnesses about this issue. Another bill, the Fair Access to Investment Research Act, would extend the SEC's research safe harbor to allow broker-dealers to publish research on exchange-traded funds and other investment companies. I think that this is an interesting and worthwhile idea, and while I have some concerns with the way the bill is currently drafted, I hope that we can work together toward a solution that allows for more quality research on a fast-growing market, while also minimizing the potential for abuse. I look forward to hearing from the witnesses on all of these bills, and I yield back. Thank you.